All right, 2020 Italian Grand Prix, the main event. Here we go. All right, so pretty straightforward. Minimize pit stop and slipstream and go fast. Got it. Good luck, safe driving. The world is watching, or you guys are. The YouTube is watching. All right, so starting with the goal one. At least fifth draft for 4,000 meters or 4K kilometers. Avoid getting drafted, but at least this time it's 8 seconds. No off track. All right, so we're carrying on the PR from the previous stage. All right, so here we go. So this event, of course, for this goal, since it's the beginning of the actual Grand Prix event, we are doing the regular standing start. And the usual suspects at the top of the pole, top of the grid here. And we are starting in, what are we starting in? It's gonna be a 2 laps. 6th place, right. Okay, so you cannot get drafted, so what I'm doing here is get in the middle lane where there's nobody behind you, and then get to kind of get through that tunnel, if you will, and get out in the front before through that first chicane, and possibly give your opponent a little bit of a bump, so you know, get them off their game, you know what I mean? And then you can try to keep them from getting right behind you and start drafting, since we cannot let them do that more than 8 seconds. I mean, 8 seconds is plenty of time, so I think they anticipate that at the beginning, just at the very beginning when you're tightly packed in the starting grid, you might lose a bit of time in that drafting time allowed. It's hard to say. Anyway, and then of course we have to do the drafting ourselves, so yep. Let Hamilton pass in the beginning, get behind to draft, get our goals done, and then yeah, complete the second lap with a nice distance. I would say, you know, they said finish 5th or better. I definitely try to go for the better part, because obviously if you're stuck between opponents, it's difficult to shake them off, you know what I mean? So by getting out in front early and staying up there, the chance of others drafting behind you is significantly less. So that's my strategy here. Eric had his tactics, I got my own, and I'm the one behind the wheel here, so gotta do your thing, right? So here we go, Parabolica, and time to bring it on home with a nice lead. Don't need to really worry about Hamilton drafting behind me here. There we go, goal 1 complete. 2 minutes 47 seconds and change. Pick up some 2100 fame points. Alright, and 479 driver XP. That's good. And another 20,100. That's, yeah, about 10,000 per lap here at Monza, right? So, alright, to put it towards our daily earning cap here. So, as the stage 4, we should be earning, I think, about 100,000 motorsport dollars, and stage 5 there should be another like 115,000 or so. Anyway, let's continue on to goal 2. All right, so this one we still have this another drafting challenge as the initial, I guess, splash screen tactic description from Eric. Lots of slipstreaming, right? Starting in P5 somehow, they'll be drop a few positions. So we'll try to climb back up. They ask for P4 finish. Once again, I'm gonna try to see if we can do better than that. So yeah, let's not draft behind P4. We'll try to catch up to the lead as soon as possible. And okay, maybe the tell would let us build up some of that drafting. There we go. 2,000. I think we'll just rack it up all at once. Oh, it has to be continuous. Okay, fine. It's gonna slow me down a little bit. Come on. Come on. Maybe Sebastian's got a anti-drafting challenge. I'll forget it. You are super annoying. Alright. Maybe my teammate would be a little bit more kinder or less erratic in trying to avoid me. My goodness. Alright, so we got 2 laps, so that's plenty of time. Too slow. And I see P1, so might as well draft behind P1. Make it easier to overtake and complete another goal in P1, even though they don't require you to, but I think I'm feeling greedy. Let's take on Hamilton here and go for the win. Alright, and there we go. And they're not, this goal we're not too concerned about being drafted from behind, so, but when they can push me from behind, they don't want to apparently. What's with that? Come on, catch up. Fine. Alright, so it's looking like we will be wrapping this challenge or this goal in P1, which should help with payout, right? Driver XP, fame points, and the motorsport dollar reward for the goal. Right, if you're covering the same distance, why make more in return, right? And yeah, these events with the PR requirement, you know, I feel like you have to put enough, you have to improve the performance of the car enough that, you know, I don't think it's really necessary to try to slow down the bots. At least that's been my strategy in many of these recent special events. Alright, so time to bring it on home. But just kind of coast through the finish line there, since we could. 3 minutes 34 seconds and change, closer to 35. 649 driver XP, another 2-lap race reward for about 20,000 motorsport dollars. All right, so 2 goals down, and let's see, yeah, the lap time on the 2020 cars obviously significantly lagging behind 2019 cars. Of course, we're comparing to like cars with more upgrades as opposed to these tunings, so probably not fair comparison. Anyway, moving on. Goal 3. Don't get overtaken. Finish third. All right. Sounds simple enough. 3 laps this time. So if we can pull off P1 finish this time, we should be earning some 30,000 motorsport dollars, which is what I'm going for. We'll see if I can actually score that. Starting in P6. Alright, so we cannot be overtaken. So when it comes down to questionable overtakes, you might want to stay on the conservative side, because, you know, like as you're heading into the chicane, if you feel like you might come out a little, you know, you might have to put up a little bit of a fight against your opponent, then there's a greater chance that you know, they might just be overtaking you for a split second, and that would be probably enough to deny you of passing through this goal. So you got a nice clean overtake, and so we do need P1 finish at least. So still got some distance to cover it though. Alright, Ascari. And chasing down the lead. Verstappen in P4. Got target in sight. Nice. Carrying a decent amount of speed. Certainly more than Verstappen through Parabolica, so that's how you win. Right. Okay, and this is what I mean. Like, it's a little tricky with the timing, because if you, while you're slowing down, for some reason Verstappen is able to slow down quicker suddenly, then you might just like overtake, and then he, you know, starts accelerating earlier than you through the chicane, then he can overtake you right back. So that's, yeah, those are the things that you kind of have to watch for in this school, or just in general when they are giving you this, like, don't get overtaken. Those are the spots. If you find that you're not confident about staying in the front, then that's what you gotta plan out. Right, so alright, so we got P3 secured. Nobody in sight behind or front, at least for the time being. And we do have still full lap ahead. So the question is P1 a possibility here for this goal? I'm not sure. Okay. Valtteri is up ahead. And depending on the distance from Valtteri, most likely to Lewis Hamilton, we'll see if the P1 is gonna be something that is doable here. Alright, through the second chicane, closing in, and I think I saw both of them. Oh yeah. Lewis Hamilton not too far ahead of his teammate. Alright, so P2. And we got a couple of more spots where we might have an opening. Ascari being the first one, as Hamilton slowed down quite a bit to maneuver through Ascari. And there we go. We come out ahead. And of course, just gotta make sure that, you know, we don't let Hamilton or Bottas try to overtake us. So clean overtake, just simply by carrying a lot more speed, is the way to do it. And there we go, just like that. That was a fun challenge. Overtaking challenges are fun. Or not getting overtaken challenge, I guess, kind of falls in the same line. But anyway, another P1 finish. Payout is a little bit more for doing that extra lap here. So 30,200 motorsport dollar payout for that. All right. Looking good. And let's see. Yeah, minute 17 for best lap is not exactly anything to write home about, especially compared to 2019 season. All right. So 3 goals down. We just have 1 more goal to complete. So it says skip for free. What gives? I don't remember this goal being all that difficult. On my other account, I didn't have the skipping option, but they must have changed something. All right, so time to get the car serviced. Let's activate that instant service. Thank you very much. And let's get that extra round of tunings here. So let's get that step 3 brakes tuning. And yep, it's gonna be instant, so that's good. 150 principal XP added to Christian Horner. That's good. And then get the suspension adjustment up to step 3 as well. Add some 0.3 PR points and add a 0.02 G to the grip, right? And another 150 principal XP. So that's 3 steps across the board. And obviously we're not quite there yet. So we're gonna need a few more tunings. So round up step 4, starting with a gearbox mapping. All right, so that'll increase our top speed. And of course PR by 0.3 PR point. Another 150 principal XP. Next category, power unit optimization. This one always has the highest PR boost. It's always the most expensive as well. This deals with, of course, acceleration. And it's gonna get us PR up by 0.4 PR point. And then the next category, brakes, the cheapest one, and also generally has the lowest PR boost. But in this case, we still get 0.3 PR point boost for decreasing just a little bit of braking distance there. And then the last category is maxed out. So we're gonna have to come back to the gearbox and see if we can increase our PR in the remaining 3 categories here. Right, because it's Monza, we don't need a whole lot of grip, right? Okay, and step 5, power unit optimization. Let's get that going. It's gonna get us a nice 0.4 PR point boost. And brakes, we'll get it. We get 0.2 PR point boost by getting this step 5. We gotta get our PR up to 122.1. So just we're getting there, getting closer. So returning to the gearbox, this time step 6. And then there we go, power unit optimization. That'll get us exactly to 122.1. And yeah, brake's not gonna do it, even though it's cheaper. So power unit gives us just that's the one single tuning that gives us that extra PR boost. So we'll go with the power unit optimization. I know it's more expensive, but not as expensive as 2 other tunings combined, right? I mean, not that it really matters, because we're gonna have to put another round of tunings before the event is over, right? In the final stage. But no, for now, we'll go with that. All right, so the final goal of stage 4, I think it said finish second, and yeah, you have to get to the P2 by the start of lap 22. So I'm starting in lap 20, so that gives us a whole lap to catch up, right? So this is the 21 is going to be the full lap. Obviously, we had a pre-lap of 20. And I already see P1. Right. The usual suspect. The reigning world champion, right? Lewis Hamilton. Alright. Can we overtake Hamilton before the end of lap 21 here? I don't know. Oh, I see why they gave us the free to skip option in the goal description, because I think it said avoid skidding more than 5 times, but the skid counter we only have 2, so I'd assume that if you skid more than twice, they will actually fail you for this goal. Fine. And there we go, lap 22. We're right by Hamilton, ready to overtake the lead. Alright. Let him go a little bit, since he does have a higher grip than I do. Alright, let's try look for another opportunity, since we cannot really skid. So I'm going to try to minimize I was going to say minimize the contact. Well, let me clarify. The type of contact that will make me skid. The type that makes others skid, that's fine. It's all fair game. Alright. And we got also fading tires as well. So, you know what that means? Try to, get to the higher, I guess, position early on, so you don't have to try to struggle to find your, climb up your ranks while you have to manage the grip. So, alright, so looks like the final lap is gonna have to be done partially with a 0% grip. And now this is where skidding is going to play a role, that we have to make sure we don't skid more than twice. And of course, if it gives you too much trouble, you can always skip for free, so not a big deal either way. But by running through, it's a 3-lap cup that you can finish first place, it looks like, so why not, right? Earn another 30,000 motorsport dollars, and pick up a few more fame points and driver XP, because driver XP takes forever. Although now that I've seen what the Invitational series looks like, I'm not so sure if I kind of taking a peek at the Invitational kind of drained out my enthusiasm for these. Sorry, that it's not enough. They're certainly not enough in the payout department to make it really, I don't know, puts me on a fence about it. So I haven't started any Invitational series yet, even though I do have, on my other account, Kimi Räikkönen already met the PR requirement, or not PR requirement. What am I saying? Driver XP maxed out. But yeah, I haven't spent gold to unlock that series. Anyway, 30,200 motorsport dollars earning for the 3 laps around Monza here, Grand Prix. Even slower lap time, but that's okay. I think we're all going slower. Alright, take out a few decent amount of service bars, doesn't it? I guess that's the downside of these longer races, especially if you're on the time crunch. So they generally place these longer races towards the later part of the stage. So if you can, spare activating that instant service until you get started on the later goals or later stages, I think that's a way to do it. All right, so it's 10 gold reward for the stage 4 completion. All right, so that will do it for this video. So we're making a pit stop and we'll pick up on the final stage, stage 5, in the next video. So take care and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.